Right now, your dog is suffering, and you have no idea it is happening. Not because you're a bad owner, but because of something you do every single morning before you walk out the door. Something you think is loving, something that feels completely normal, something millions of dog owners do every single day without ever questioning it. There is a version of your dog that you have never seen, a version that only exists after the door closes, after your footsteps disappear, after the house goes completely silent. And once you see it, you will never leave home the same way again. If this is your first time here, this channel is dedicated to one thing: understanding what your dog is actually feeling, not what you assume they are feeling. Subscribe now, because what we cover here will change the way you see your dog every single day. We are going to go through 6 things you do out of love that may be quietly breaking your dog, and the final one is the most important thing you will hear today.
Here is the first thing, and it happens every single morning. You grab your keys, you pick up your bag, you kneel down, you look your dog in the eyes, and you say goodbye. Maybe you say it softly. Maybe you say it more than once. Maybe you give them one last hug before you stand up and walk out. And it feels loving. It feels right. It feels like the responsible thing to do. But here is what is actually happening inside your dog at that exact moment. Their heart rate is climbing, their cortisol levels are spiking, and their brain is registering one clear signal. Something is wrong, something is about to happen, and I cannot stop it. What most people do not realize is that the longer and more emotional your goodbye is, the more you are teaching your dog that your departure is a crisis, not a routine. Every dramatic goodbye is a lesson, and the lesson your dog is learning is this: when my owner leaves, something deeply destabilizing is happening. The fix is not to stop caring. The fix is to leave quietly, calmly, without ceremony, because a calm exit tells your dog one thing: this is normal. You will be fine. I will come back. And that small shift changes everything.
Now, think about the last time you hugged your dog. Maybe they were sitting beside you on the couch. Maybe you just got home. Maybe you were feeling emotional and you pulled them close, wrapped your arms around them and held them tight, because that is what love feels like to you. But here's the truth, and it is one that most owners find very difficult to accept. Hugging is a human behavior. It is something primates do. It is how we say, "I love you, I am here, you are safe." But dogs do not have arms. They did not evolve to embrace. And when another creature wraps itself around them and restricts their movement, their nervous system does not read that as affection. It reads it as restraint. Watch closely the next time you hug your dog. Look for the lip lick, the turned head, the stiffened body, the whale eye, that whites of the eye look where they glance sideways without moving their head. These are not signs of enjoyment. These are calming signals, the dog's way of saying, "I am uncomfortable, please let me go." What most people do not realize is that their dog has been sending these signals for years, quietly, politely, every single time. Instead of hugging, try this. Sit beside your dog, let them lean into you, let them choose the contact, because love that is chosen feels completely different from love that is imposed. And that brings us to something even more surprising. Here is a question most dog owners never think to ask. Why does your dog follow you everywhere? From the bedroom to the kitchen, from the kitchen to the bathroom, from the bathroom back to the couch. Every single room, every single time, without exception. Most people smile when they see this. They call it loyalty. They call it love. They say, "My dog just really loves being around me," and they feel good about it. They feel chosen. But here is what is actually happening beneath that behavior. A dog that cannot let you out of their sight is not a dog that loves you more than other dogs love their owners. It is a dog that has learned that your presence is the only thing standing between them and anxiety. They are not following you because they feel safe. They are following you because without you in the room, they do not know how to feel safe at all. There is a term for this. It is called hyperattachment, and research tracking tens of thousands of dogs has found a direct link between hyperattachment and chronic stress, destructive behavior, and anxiety disorders that quietly erode a dog's quality of life over months and years. The dog that follows you everywhere is not the happiest dog in the room. It is often the most anxious one. What your dog actually needs is to learn that calm exists without you, and you can teach them that, slowly, gently, by rewarding stillness, by practicing short separations, by building their confidence in small, quiet moments when you are still home. Keep this in mind because the next point goes even deeper.
You have seen this moment before. You walk through the door, something is wrong, maybe a cushion is destroyed, maybe there's a mess on the floor, maybe something you loved is now in pieces, and before you even say a word, your dog is already doing it. The lowered head, the flattened ears, the tucked tail, the slow crawl toward the corner, the eyes looking up at you with that expression that every dog owner in the world calls the guilty face. And you think, they know what they did. They know it was wrong. But here's the truth, and this one is going to reframe every single moment like this you have ever had. Your dog does not feel guilt. Not because they are incapable of complex emotion, but because guilt requires a moral understanding of past actions connected to present consequences. And that is not how a dog's brain processes time or behavior. What you are actually seeing is fear. Your dog is not reacting to what they did 2 hours ago. They are reacting to what they see right now. Your body language, your tone, the tension in your face, the way you're standing, the way your energy has shifted the moment you walked in. They have learned through hundreds of repeated moments that when the house looks like this and you walk in, something uncomfortable is about to happen. So they are already trying to make it stop before it starts. That lowered head is not confession, it is appeasement. It is your dog saying, "Please do not be angry. I can feel that you are, and it frightens me." The science behind this is clear. Studies have shown that the guilty look appears whether the dog has done something wrong or not, as long as the owner believes they have and approaches with that energy. The look has nothing to do with the act. It has everything to do with you. And once you understand that, you will never read that moment the same way again.
Have you ever noticed where your dog chooses to sleep? Not where you put their bed, not where you train them to go, but where they actually end up when you are not watching. On your side of the couch, on the shirt you left on the floor, on your pillow, on your shoes by the door, pressed into the exact spot where your scent is strongest. Most people think this is cute. They take a photo, they laugh about it, they say, "Oh, they just love me so much." And that is true, but it is only half of the truth. Here is what is actually happening inside your dog's brain in those moments. A dog's nose is between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than yours. And scent is not just information to them. Scent is emotional reality. Scent is safety. Scent is the answer to the question their nervous system is asking every single moment you are gone. Is my person still real? Are they coming back? Am I still connected to them? When your dog presses their face into your worn jacket or curls up on the floor beside your shoes, they are not being dramatic. They are self-medicating. They are using the most powerful calming tool available to them, which is the chemical proof that you exist and that you are theirs. Research into canine olfactory processing has shown that the scent of a familiar owner activates the reward center of a dog's brain, the same region associated with pleasure, safety, and positive anticipation, more than the scent of food, more than the scent of other dogs, more than almost anything else in their environment. You are not just their person, you are their anchor. You are the smell of calm. You are the neurological signal that tells them the world is still okay. And when you are gone, that scent is the only version of you they have left. So,
The next time you find your dog buried in your laundry, do not move it. Do not wash it immediately. Leave something that smells like you in their space, because that small act of scent sharing is one of the most powerful things you can do for a dog living with anxiety. Stay with me, because the final point is the one that ties all of this together. Everything we have talked about comes down to this. The goodbye rituals, the hugging, the following, the guilty face, the scent, all of it points to the same thing. A dog who has built their entire emotional world around one single person and who has never been given the tools to exist peacefully without them. And here is the hardest truth of this entire video. Your dog does not need more love. Your dog needs to feel safe without you. Not because your love is wrong, not because you have failed them, but because the greatest gift you can give a dog is not your constant presence, it is the confidence to be calm when you are gone. Think about what that actually means. Every time you rush back into the room because they whined, every time you cancel plans because you feel guilty leaving, every time you extend the goodbye because it feels cruel to just walk away, you are sending your dog one message, and that message is, your fear is valid. This situation is dangerous. You are right to fall apart when I leave. But when you leave calmly, when you return without drama, when you build small moments of independence into every single day, you are sending a completely different message. You are saying, the world is safe. You are capable. I will always come back. That is not coldness. That is the deepest form of love a dog owner can offer. Because it is love that thinks about what the dog actually feels instead of what the owner needs to express. A secure dog is not a dog who never misses you. It is a dog who misses you and trusts completely that you will return. That trust, that quiet, unshakable confidence, that is what your dog has been waiting for you to give them. Not more hugs, not longer goodbyes, not a tighter hold, just the steady, calm, reliable proof that everything is going to be okay. And once you start giving them that, everything changes. Your dog has been telling you all of this for a very long time. Every trembling leg when you picked up your keys, every anxious pace across the floor, every time they buried their face in your jacket, that was not drama. That was a conversation you did not know how to hear. Now you do. You are not a bad owner because you did not know. You are a better owner now because you do. If this changed the way you see your dog, subscribe, share this with someone who needs it, and leave a comment telling me one thing you will do differently starting today.